Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to the elect 144. And the sincere Akim preaching this word with all truth and sincerity. Me and the brother Tazamah, part of the Atlantic camp, Salak Tazabah, part of the Atlanta camp, we wanted to get into some scriptures about, martial law, because we see how things are ramping up right now, especially, the Passover coming tomorrow. Prior to that, man, the spirit has been heavy on both sides. Satan's been working, on top of the spirit, working with brothers, It's been heavy lately. And we just want to get into the topic of martial law because we see it coming, man. Men of the Lord, prophets, to say before. So if we see it coming, we're going to say it before it comes. And we see martial law happening. It's soon to happen in America specifically, You see around the world, Venezuela, Brazil, Greece at a point, It's just, everything's been ramping up, The cops in America have been getting militarized. You see UN trucks rolling around everywhere. It's all a setup. Esau has laid the battlefield out and set up his blueprint pretty much. And these people walk around every day and not knowing what the hell is going on. They don't know they're about to get caught up in the hell that Esau's about to bring the hammer down, And that's what we wanted to get into. This martial law is imminent. It's about to happen. And if you can't see it, you're going to get caught up in it. It's that simple, you know what I'm saying? We'll get a quick scripture in 2nd Ezra to start it off with.
All right. This is 2nd Ezra, 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein."
Woe meaning destruction. Destruction, specifically to these 2/3 niggas out there, because that's who's gonna get caught up. Esau doesn't care. The top elites, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers. They don't care who gets caught. They even put their own people in oppression. In their own, these low level Edomites, they don't even see it, and they're gonna get caught up in this martial law coming too. And with all the other heathen nations, with these 2/3, man.
If I can make a point, land backing off of that, the DuPonts, mainly the Rothschilds, like they're really disconnected from their own people because they're putting their own people to death. Like their own people are gonna get caught out there in these race wars when it's Esau versus Jacob. And these heathen nations are just fillers. On both sides to fuck up Esau and to fuck up Jacob, So that's the thing of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is gonna have hatred coming from all sides. And, it's coming from the top down, from Esau being on top at this very moment, on down to towards Jacob. And, getting caught out here in these race wars, getting caught out here in this martial law, that's the judgment of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You can continue.
With him bringing out race wars, what did Yahweh Shai say in Matthew the 24th chapter? Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And when you go into that word nation, you can break it all the way down to the word ethnos, or ethnicity, race against race. And once these race wars start popping off, which they already have, these certain races are starting to click up with each other right now. Martial law is going to happen.
It's like That's a thing that, you know, that could be one of the false flags of Esau, that you know, he's stirring up this racial tension, but it could be Esau himself that, you know, he stages a situation or an event where it's black versus white, so to speak, Jacob versus Esau, and there you have it, and that will lead to martial law within and of itself. Just, oh, hey, it's a bunch of unruly niggas over here getting down on Esau, and all they have to do is show the right video throughout America and throughout the globe, and that's gonna rile up Esau to come against Jake, and that will lead to martial law, because hey, we have unruly niggas in these streets. Just look at how Donald Trump is doing Chicago at this very moment. He has tanks, troops rolling up and down the street, and that's just to keep Jake from harming himself. So what more will he do to keep Jake from harming Esau?
You go ahead with Ezra.
Okay, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Exactly. One people shall stand up to fight against another. You know, that goes back into those race wars and those riots and so on and so forth. They're going to be fighting against one another. Go ahead,
For there shall be sedition among men, and if you go look up that word sedition, that's hatred for the government. You know, that's a hatred for Esau and his establishment, and Esau being riled up at the fact that, you know, Issachar's getting all the jobs here. At least that's how they portray it in the media, even though Issachar's still catching hell, even though he has all the jobs that keep America running, so to speak. But it's the fact that Esau's waking up to the fact that he's not getting a piece of this pie either. Esau is saying that, damn, like, you just giving me a bigger crumb than you giving Jake. So, you know, that's a part of that sedition amongst men. I continue. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Invading one another. Not worrying. They don't care about the people set above them. You know, the governors, the mayors. Excuse my French, but gonna be like, fuck them. All hell broke loose. You know, when you see those movies when the government fails and all hell breaks loose and there's riots in the streets, they're throwing stones in the windows, taking TVs and stuff. You know, a nigga will take a TV before they take some food. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, invading one another, because one person in that day might know that this person has some supplies that they might need. You know, end up invading them for their goods, so to say. You know what I'm saying?
And if I can continue on that point of, you know, I hear the elders and, you know, the older brothers break it down is that not regarding their kings nor princes. You know, the people that rule over us, they're not our kings nor our princes. So our kings and our princes that are these so-called entertainers at this moment, which you stupid 2/3 niggas worship, like LeBron James, Jay-Z, Beyonce, even though she's not a prince nor a king, but you get the gist of where the scriptures is going. That these so-called people of martial law breaks out, you think they gonna care? Hey, that's 21 Savage. Hey, that's Floyd Mayweather. That's LeBron James. That's Carmelo Anthony. No, it's gonna be. Does this nigga have food in his house? Does he benefit me in any way by me harming him? And if it does benefit them by harming this person, that's no regard for that person, because it's all about survival. It's all about it's kill to be killed. It's the top dog. It's big dog bites little dog. And if for me to continue, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, and that course of action standing in their power is gonna be, if a man wants to rape a woman in that day, that's gonna happen. If he wants to rape a baby, a dog, whatever it may be, that action shall stand in their power. That is gonna be, it truly will be this Roman spirit of do as thou wilt. Like, cause right now, man just can't go gallivanting and go rape a woman if he wants to. He just can't go kill a child if he felt like. He couldn't go enact revenge on this man that slept with his wife. He can't enact revenge on this person that got him fired at a job. But in that day when 911 doesn't answer that phone call, hey, it's really gonna be the purge out here.
That's the spirit, because I was just about to say, revert to that movie, The Purge, man. It's gonna be free game out here.
Come, and that's that action of that action standing in that power. They should stand in that power.
Come.
I continue. A man shall desire, and this is the point where we were getting to. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And a man not being able to go into that city is like me and the brother was talking before we pressed the record button, was he's gonna cut off all these major highways. And in these major cities, well, you know, I'm from a small city out in the damn near in the country that, you know, is really about nothing. But in these major cities, it's we understand in these small cities and being in the country. I'm from Alabama and everything. It's a thing of these city people really do think that they're better off in the city, that they're wiser, that they're more intellectual, that they could save themselves. When we look at when I come up here and I look at the traffic that Atlanta must go through, if it's just one car accident, not a car pile up, not both lanes, it's a car accident that's been pulled to the side of the road. And it literally bags up traffic 30 to 40 minutes, if not hours. I'm just being modest by saying 30 to 40 minutes. And it's thousands of people. Just for every car equates to one person. So what more for if there's more than one passenger? That's a lot of death just based off visual carnal sight. For just me looking at it. So what more for Yahweh Shem Yahushua? That's just but of a speck. That's not even a percentage to him. Just what we see on the highway. That's not even the tip of the iceberg of 1%. So it's gonna be it's gonna be death on a massive scale.
Come. And with him saying, you know, the brother Tazabah saying that, you know, just one car, you know, a fender bender.
Come.
That's pulled over to the side at that, out of the way, you know, and there's mass backup. Just wait till they cut 285 off, 85, 75, north and south, you know, I-20. What do you think is gonna happen then? It's gonna not just a backup. You're gonna be stuck. And that's how Esau wants it, man. Like I said earlier, man, he has set the battlefield for you niggas, man. He has escape routes inside the city, and y'all don't even know that. You know why would he have that? Because he knows what's about to come. He, like the Book of Revelation says, he knows he has but a short time.
But a short time,
you know. So he's gonna have these escape routes. He's gonna have plans to set you niggas up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna cut off the city, you know, and quarantine y'all.
And Esau has a term for this. He calls these, like Atlanta is what Esau considers a super city. It's a super city. So, and in these super cities, Esau he's buying up everything to urbanize even small towns like where I'm from. Is becoming more urban, where everybody's being pushed in on top of each other. So like the brother Abba always brings up, all Esau has to do is just come through with an airplane and drop a bomb say zone 6 or zone 4, and it'll wipe out a good bit of you niggas.
Come.
So that's a part of martial law of Esau being able to trap you in like roaches, like rats. It's amazing that you can't escape, but you're content within it.
Exactly. And that brother brought out the word super city. I'm gonna bring out the definition of it. Super city, a large, heavily populated urban area that includes several cities. Megapolis, a very large city, or metropolitan.
Come.
You know, a metroplex.
In Atlanta, being here in Atlanta is that place for the South. This is the Black Hollywood. So it's a congregation of all Israelites, but really of the Southern Kingdom, but really just to put it in plain, niggas. It's a supercell for niggas.
There you go, man.
Like for the Edomites that get caught in these supercells, that's just what Esau calls it in war, casual collateral damage. That's just collateral damage.
There you go. Con.
I'll continue. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled." Did you want to?
Go ahead.
But the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
That last part, man. Men shall be afraid.
Okay.
You know, all them that talk tough.
Yeah.
Man, once Yahweh Shem Yahushai lets Esau bring that hammer down, we'll see who's gonna be the real men.
All these super thugs, these super soldiers nowadays, you know, the ones that really do trust in Esau, the trust in Egypt. It says, "Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for
for help,
for help." And then, you know, that's trusting in your oppressor.
Go ahead.
It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword."
Come and keep going.
"And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation."
What I just got into earlier. Ultimate. We were talking again. We were talking about it before we
this artificial famine that Brazil and what's the other one?
Venezuela
and Venezuela are going through at this very moment. And as we speak through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you have Brazil and you have Venezuela going through an artificial famine. And I was just watching a video before I came up. Is a famine is we was just watching it here. The brother just broke it down that a famine is not there's no food, no source of food. You won't be able to get to it. You won't be able to water. We won't be able to access it. So, in you not being able to access it, if you're not a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he won't feed you in that day. He has examples of where he had food brought to his prophets.
Exactly, man. Now that you said that, just popped up. A good example of that is when Habakkuk and Daniel's in the lion's den. When you read Bel and the Dragon in the Apocrypha, Habakkuk was being to Daniel to help him out and beam back to wherever he was. You know, okay. I'm gonna get a quick scripture real quick. All right. And this is a common scripture. Isaiah 65. And I'll start at 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed, man. It's that simple. In that day, if the Lord is with you, if Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is with you, you're going to eat, you're going to drink, you're going to rejoice. You know? And on top of that, you're going to have spiritual power fucking these 2/3 niggas up.
Yeah,
because he's going to turn his fishermen into hunters. You know?
It's beautiful.
You know? So, you know, if the Lord's with you, you're going to get this tribulation and this trial that we're reading right now in Esdras. You're going to get through that. You know? Hey, I'm not saying, you know, Yahweh Shai says, some of you will not taste the death. You know? He said that to his disciples. Some of us will not taste the death, but, you know, also you got to snap into reality too. When you read Revelations, the 20th chapter, verse 4, he talks about the martyrs, you know, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Some of us will die in this truth. It's that simple. You know? That's why the men of the Lord are not afraid of death, because we know what's to come. You know? At the end of the day, we can continue. We jump back on top.
You know, this is I just wanted to skip over just a chapter. This is 2nd Esdras. Let me make sure. 16 and 27, and this is going into really Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read up a little bit. And 16 and 22, just to nail home the point. But this is gonna still go back to how martial law is gonna destroy Jacob and to destroy Esau in the process. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And you know that you being trapped inside of these super cities and everything by Esau, and the fact that Esau's not gonna let food come inside of them these barriers. It's not gonna happen, because Esau wants to starve you out. He wants nothing. He wants pure obedience for the ones that just do make it, and you know, or really the ones that will receive the chip, because it's all about taking that chip. Esau's gonna force you niggas, you 2/3, and force his own to take that chip. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the others shall escape them. And the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out is done, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And the city's being cast down is through all it's gonna be race wars going on in the midst of a famine. It's gonna be people dying of famine. It's gonna be people dying of violent and gruesome death, women being raped. That's all a part of Esau bringing that sword against you, the ones that think that, hey, well, I made it to this certain checkpoint, this certain spot, and all you have waiting on you is a sword. You have a M16, a so-called military Draco waiting for you.
There you go, man. Hey, if I can say this, and I'm gonna get a precept afterward, Jeremiah 16:4 says, they shall die grievous deaths. You know, ultimately, what the brother's getting into, there's no way to get out of the way of the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I'm gonna get a quick scripture. I'm gonna give it right back to you, Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. You either gonna die by the sword, the famine, captivity. You can die from captivity.
Yeah, you can.
Shit. We die from captivity right now. You know what I'm saying? What else? and it says from death to death, ultimately. There's no way around it. What is that? They get away from Salah. They get away from the bear.
The scripture roughly paraphrases it, and I feel like what was? Let me get it. I'm gonna pull the precept to speak.
Just paraphrase. He's gonna get the scripture. He's like, yeah, get away from the bear, and they put their hand on the wall, and an asp bites them, which is a snake, very poisonous snake. There's no way out of the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. There's no getting out of it. It's been a heavy thing, being said. There's no exceptions, in this. And there's no getting out. The entire world in earth is going to get tried. Everyone on this earth, Esau says there's 7 billion people on this earth. Every single being that's on this earth is going to be tried. Everyone's going to be tried, man. There's no getting out of it. There's no getting away from it, man. I'm going to read that one more time. Jeremiah 15:2. It shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. He's just giving it to you plain and straight and simple. If you can't understand that, he ain't working with you. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not working with you like that, man. This is very simple scripture right there. It's straightforward and to the point, because what? It's the truth. A moth, man. 1 + 1 = 2. It is what it is.
This is Amos 5:19. It says, now I'm gonna read up. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Most High Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Most High is darkness and not light.
Darkness and not light. Woe unto you 2/3 who say, I can't wait for Jesus to come back. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the Lord, man.
Okay.
Y'all don't know the Lord. Y'all don't know the Lord power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Y'all don't know him and the wrath that he can bring, man. Okay. What are you hasting in the day for? You don't know. It's going to be darkness for you, man. Okay. It's going to be dark. Go ahead, Art.
Okay. This is really just the perfect note to end off of. Who's trying to come to that's the spirit right here. It says, the day of the Most High is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. And that's really it's speaking metaphorically, but that's basically, you can make it through the famine, you can make it through the sword, you make it through you didn't take the chip, and you thinking, the Most High is dealing, whatever it may be. You could be that self-willed man that you never had the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to come upon you, to even think upon his name, and you thinking, I made it, I did this myself, or the Most High is dealing with me, and you see the missiles coming. Woe is me.
That's what Ezra said. Woe is me, woe is me.
It's destruction for you. That's point blank period. And that's in a sense of, brother, you getting caught up in martial law, getting sent to concentration camps. All this calamity is befalling you, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai reserves you for the missile. You can't escape. No matter what, You think, hey, I gave all of these things away in this carnal life of mine. The Lord is dealing with me because everybody knows the 2/3. The Lord knows my heart. That's their slogan. But really, we'll see how gracious the Lord is unto you in the day of Jacob's trouble.
Exactly.
Because all of that leading up to our deliverance is Jacob's trouble. That's the time. We're supposed to be saved from Jacob's trouble. And martial law is a part of Jacob's trouble. It's simple.
Exactly.
And a lot of Jake, I would say to me, it's a good 30-40% of Jake is going to die in martial law, in these race wars, in the events leading up to martial law, and in martial law within and of itself. Okay. And that's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's a beautiful thing, because we're the men. Abaratazai, we're of that elect number, but we're the men that we heard the word, that we heard the song, and we're not just listening to it bobbing our heads. We're trying to jump. We're learning the words so we may sing it, that we may be a part of that choir.
Exactly.
That's what this is all about. But you Jakes and you 2/3 and you fucking scoffers, you take this as a joke, and may the Lord destroy your ass and your fucking family too. That's just me personally. That's my personal spin on. May destroy you and your family. It's simple. It's either get down or lay down. I hate to use carnal nigga terms, but it's simple. For Jakes that may be coming into this and you want to understand what this truth is about, is get down or lay down.
Exactly. You don't want no lukewarm. He's gonna spew you out, you know? He's going to spew you out. He doesn't want none of that. There's no 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. There's no gray area. Like the scriptures say, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. And that's what makes a man. A man stands by what he believes in, and he stands on his yes and he stands on his no. There you go.
And we're young brothers in this truth, but at the end of the day, we're men. We're this brother next to me and other brothers that's in this camp that you got 60, 70-year-olds and we're young, we're in our 20s. And we're more manly than that 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old man that has more time and experience on this earth. But you have no experience in this earth, in this truth, to catch true hell. So may Yahweh Shem Yahushua destroy you and your family.
Come.
Because that's what's coming in Jacob's trouble, in this time to come.
Man, you better hope and pray. Even if you know the name, you better hope and pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is with you in that day, man. Because that's all you're going to have, man.
Like Paul said it. Paul said it the best, for we're all prisoners of hope. I hope to make it. I don't know. I could be cast out of this truth tomorrow. But I pray that I'm not. I pray Yahweh Shem Yahushua have mercy on me. I pray for endurance. I pray for a sincere and pure heart, that I serve him in a righteous manner that is pleasing unto him. That I will not get caught up in these troubles to come. Because they're not like the 1960 when you heard your grandma said, we living in the last days, and they've been saying that since the 30s and 40s. But it's not that they were wrong. It was around the corner. Well, it was down the street, around the corner. Now it's right here. It's not even within arm reach. It's right in your face. You can smell his breath. You can feel his spit. You're finna get hit in the face.
Okay.
And it's by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So either you take heed to the warning from not really the bully on the block, or get knocked out. And that's by the thermonuclear missiles. Simple.
Okay. Man, so, with that, this martial law is coming. It's gonna hit. Regardless if you believe it or not, it's gonna happen. It's imminent. it's like the brother said, it's not right down the street, not right around the corner. It's right here. It's going to happen.
Come.
You know? So, get right. That's all.
That's it. That's all we can do. We can't deliver ourselves. All we can do is get right. And pray for mercy.
And pray for mercy, man. So with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. The true men who passed down this knowledge, who they got from, you know, the the men above them, ultimately from Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and passed it on down, and was generous enough and humble enough to pass it on down to us so we can learn from them. Double honors to those men. You know, peace, love, salutation to the first fruit, elect 144, man. Keep pushing. We're almost out of here. Shalom.
Shalom.